Welcome to Mike Brown Barbecue. Today, we're not smoking on a 250-gallon pit. We're going to do prime grade ribeye steaks on a flathead shovel, just like Guga did. Show y'all how I did it and whether this is a good idea or bad idea. We'll figure it out. See if it's good. Stay tuned. Alright guys, what I got here, some prime grade ribeyes from my local butcher. I'll start out by hitting these with some black pepper, 16 mesh. Generous coat. Pat it in. And a little bit of kosher salt. Just a little bit. Pat that in. And then I'm going to hit it with my new favorite steak seasoning. Bonder's Fiesta, extra fancy steak seasoning. Hit it with a pretty good coat of that. These were prime grade ribeyes that I bought from my local butcher up in town. I'm gonna flip it over and repeat the process on the back side. I was gonna trim these up, but that down right here on the end, but you know what? We gotta be fancy, we're cooking it on a damn shovel on a live fire. So I think we'll be alright. Ribeye with a big chunk of fat on it. If anything, it'll probably help stick into that shovel. Get that nice and seasoned up. Get it patted in real good. What's left on the board we'll use for the sides. Don't forget the sides. And there you have it, folks. Ribeyes are seasoned up. We'll let these sit for a little while, let that seasoning soak in. My next step will be seasoning up my flathead shovel. Stay tuned, guys. Today, we are going to be doing shovel steak. I'll try it out, see how it comes. It can be really good or it can be a massive fail, but I'm going to bring y'all on for the ride. So I've got a base with some logs set up right here. We're going to be using B&B charcoal to get started on this. And I'm going to cover this charcoal, a little bit of it right there in the middle, just like that. And then I'll get my handy dandy torch and we'll light it that way, because it's just too easy. And I'll light it to the bottom through these gaps. And just like that, we got our charcoal lit. But if you really want to speed things up a little bit more than that, use your trusty leaf blower. Kind of stand back unless you got one of the small ones. Now that that's caught a little bit better, I'm gonna go across the top with 3 logs. Nothing special about them, just to get a fire going real good. And that'll be the start of our base for our shovel steak. Just like that, we got this fire started. I would have done this in a fire pit. I've got one I'm building that's not quite finished yet, and I'll bring you guys back here in a minute and show you how to season up your shovel. Alright, stay tuned. Next step of this process, seasoning the shovel. Put it down on here and let's let it get hot. I done burnt the paint in another fire prior to doing this. When you get a new shovel, or even an old shovel, this is an older one, you need to stick it in a real hot fire and burn all that paint off of it. But I suggest when you go to burn that paint off of it, take your water hose and wet that wood down in there so you don't end up burning that up in the process. Now that it's nice and hot, today I'm going to use Pam high grilling oil. Get it with a nice coat, stick it back on there, and bake that on there. Kind of Make it somewhat like a cast iron. That excess drip off in the fire. But as you can see, the oil's starting to smoke off of the shovel. That's what you want. That oil cooked to it real good. Folks, that's what she looks like. She's seasoned up. Everything's cooked on there. Our next step will be when that fire burns down a little bit more, let's throw them steaks on there and see what it's gonna do. Alright guys, stay tuned. Time to do these steaks. So we're gonna hit this, some more oil, and let it get hot. Nice and hot. Next step is fixing to be to put these steaks on. Letting that thing get nice and seared on there. I'm gonna let this go a couple minutes on each side. And I'm moving around a little bit. Make sure it's not getting stuck on there. Well, y'all can hear that sucker. It's sizzling. Let me get the mic up a little close to it. Oh, Guga, he might have been on something here. Supposedly they got this from the Steve Rachelin. Supposedly said Australians do their steak this way in the outback. I don't know if that's true or not, but what they said. Got some good char on it. We're gonna keep it flipping so we don't burn it. And that's cooking pretty fast. Check it for an internal temp right quick. It's still got a ways to go. We're at 85 degrees. See what that's looking like. See how that's looking right there. I got a feeling this is done. That's at 120. I'm gonna put this steak in some tin foil and let it carry over. All right, what we're gonna do next is get all the crispies off. That shovel. Hit it with another light coat of oil for the next steak. Well, you can listen to that sizzle. Maybe this one will turn out a little bit better. The fire's not as bad. Let's give it a flip. Oh yeah, this one's gonna turn out better. The first one wasn't that great. Fire was way too hot. And my cock over there continues to crow while shooting my video. The annoying little bastard. Cooking a steak with a shovel. Never thought I'd be doing that. But hey man, if it works and it's good man. If it's a fail, some people on YouTube full of crap. So we'll see. We'll let this ride out a few more minutes and then we'll check it for internal temp. Another thing I've been wanting to try, and I'm real hesitant to try it, is throwing a steak directly on the coals. I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid and I dropped my wiener in the campfire and got ash all over it, it sucked. I just can't see how a steak would come out that much better. Could be wrong. But we'll experiment with that one of these days too. Let's go ahead and give her one more flip. The only thing I don't like is all my seasoning's about to come off. Alright, let's see what we got on the internal temp here. 120-ish. So I'm gonna call that good because it's gonna carry over. I put it in tin foil that other one. Next time you see this, when we slice it, moment of truth. Get you a good look at that. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is how our shovel steak turned out. Got some nice char on it. A lot of the seasoning washed off of it. I ain't happy about that, but not much I can do about it. But taste is king, so let's see what we got. Start by cutting it straight down the middle right here. Let's see what kind of cook we got on it. And as you can see, it's pretty juicy. Cooked perfect medium. Let's get some slices out of our cap. That's what our cap looks like. But now, let's find out if this tastes good. Pull me a little piece off right there. Moment of truth. You know what? It's actually pretty good. Better than I thought it would have been. Let's try this end cap piece right here. See how juicy that is. Well, I can say this. I do steaks in cast iron pan all the time, and that actually came out better than my steaks that I do in the cast iron pan. Hell, it tastes like I did it directly over the flames. That's pretty damn good. Guga may have been on to something here. Let's take some more slices out of the middle. See the perfect cook we got on that dude there. Perfect medium. That ought to be real good. That's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. See how we did on our other steak right here. It's got a bigger cap on it. This up here. And this one's more of a medium well cooked. And it came out good. Let's try a piece on this one from the cap. Well guys, one thing I can say is this certainly was not a fail. This was pretty good stuff. Look at that. Perfect medium. The one that came out medium tastes way better. So this is something I'm definitely going to keep experimenting with, and hey, Guga nailed it. Like he most of the time does with everything, he nailed it. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Peace out.